Okay, in this last video, we're going to export the data and you can export things. It's not as easy, I think, to export stuff. And then we're going to set up and predict, uh, set up a prediction calculator for predicting if someone is going to buy a house or not. So I'm going to go back to this. And really the only thing we need is this data. I'm going to go ahead and grab it all if I can. Yeah, so what I did was I right clicked and I did a copy of the analysis, and now I'm going to Excel and I'm going to paste it over in my original data and paste it there. Well, it's a little bit of a mess. It's not formatted nice, you can see, and I don't know how to do that. This picture, this ROC curve that we did, I don't need that. And you've got this data, but you can see there's extra columns. It's not nice and neat. So you're going to have to do a little bit of manipulation to make it do like what you want. But it's over. You've moved it over, so you don't need Jamovi anymore. We've got it back in Excel. And now we're going to build a predictor. The first thing I got to do is build the Logit. Now the Logit is based on these values here. Just remember, this is the Logit right there, which is the same thing as this. It's the intercept plus coefficient 1 times x1 plus coefficient 2 times x2. So this is the coefficient. This is the coefficient of x1 times this one, coefficient of this times this one, coefficient of this. So a lot of ways to do this. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to insert a row above this, and I'm actually just going to copy these. So I'm going to copy this and put it here. Try to put it there. And then I'm going to take this zip code one and put above it the income. I'll put in front of the income. And then the age, put there. All right, so I've got those. Now I can write my Logit, which is the intercept plus the sum product of these three values against these three values. Now I'm going to copy this down, so anything referencing row 1, I need a hard code, put some dollar signs around it. So there's my Logit, and you can copy that all the way down. And all the decimals don't really mean anything to me, let's just do it that way. Well, that's just one part of that. All we've done is generate this little part here. Now we need to do 1 all over 1 plus e raised to this minus of this value. So now let's calculate P, and it's equal to 1 divided by 1 plus exp, like this, and then raised to minus this value that is in this cell. So let me make that wider so we don't get overlapping. Equals 1 all over 1 plus exp, that's how you raise something to the e, natural log, minus this value. Like that. And that is a probability. That is a probability. This is the probability of purchase. That's 2%. You can show it as a percent if you want. That's fine with me. Or you can show it as a number. I don't care. Now I'm going to copy this down for the rest of them. Let's make this a little smaller again. So now you can see we've got probabilities that the likelihood based on this data that they were going to buy a house is 2%. Well, guess what? They didn't buy a house. This is a weird one. This is one of the mistakes. This is the one where the probability that this person is going to buy a house is 11%, yet they actually bought the house. And what we're looking for is when the number is bigger than 0.5, we're going to say that they bought the house. That's our prediction. This is what really happened, and we know we weren't 100% correct. We had sometimes we were right, and then sometimes we were wrong. So that's what these are. You can see that this person in this neighborhood at this age they're going to buy that house, it looks like. So we've got this. Well, we can continue this down. We can write this formula down to something like this. Now we can put in any number we want. So this could become a calculator. Could be a calculator from here on down. Let me insert and call this calculator, like that. So we can put any number we want. Let's say, what if we have someone who makes $125,000 and they are 40 years old and they're buying a house in this neighborhood like that? Then let me copy this formula down. That means the likelihood they're going to buy the house is 83%. And then we can write a little if statement over here and go equals if this is greater than 0.5, say 1, else put 0. So now this becomes a prediction tool that we can use to put in any numbers we want. Well, what if they were in the other neighborhood? And they're not going to buy that house. So if you're marketing and you're saying, well, what if I wanted to talk to people that were, 45 years old, 50 years old? So you can see how this works, 35 years old. All of these type of things impact this likelihood, which changes this value. So that is your calculator. So now what we've done is that, remember from the beginning, is that we took the data, we moved it into Jamovi, we did a LogisticRegression model, we got a formula out of this, and then we built our Logit as well as P, and now that we've got that, we can use it to predict something, and you can put this anywhere you want. And that is using the prediction. All right, that's enough information to do logistic regression using Jamovi. Thanks.